Hello, how are you, Navid?
Hey Ali, how's it going?
Good. So, hello everyone. Welcome to Overthinking Cats. This is Ali, and today we also have Navid, and we want to talk about
What?
finance. I
We have
think.
no clue. We have no clue what we are talking about here, but let's see.
Yes. So we've been overthinking this a lot, and like that fits with the theme. But a few weeks ago, we were talking with Navid, and um, I was saying I want to learn investing and trading, and me myself personally, I'm very awful at like finance. Totally, I know nothing about finance. Although I've tried, but like it feels so much complicated. Uh,
Me too. I'm not an expert in this field, but I'm trying to learn as much as I can. I'm trying to do my finance, trying to manage my finance on the side myself without uh, getting any help from anybody, just by trying to do a little bit of Googling and ask some questions from ChatGPT these
mm-hmm,
days. So
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
that's how I'm learning.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And it's super important, especially like these days, and it's a very underappreciated skill. Like we are not uh, thought taught how to do things in finance, even personal finance. We're saying, but even when it gets to like how you preserve your money, how you invest, how you trade, and it even gets complicated, and it actually gets more cool when it gets to auto trading or algo trading or like developing your own uh, algorithms dev- that you can use to trade automatically. Um, it seems cool and very very wide field.
Yeah. Why not we give a little bit of background about ourselves?
Sure, sure.
I myself, I'm a software engineer, and I was graduated in master's at the University of Ottawa,
Mm-hmm.
and my I was like mostly working in programming, and
Mm-hmm.
have a little bit of knowledge in um, creating applications, and most specifically web applications.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I think we have the expertise in that field. We know how to develop applications, how to think
Right,
in
right,
that way, in an engineering way. So,
right.
uh, like the thing that Ali was talking about creating those all kind of stuff, we can actually do it ourselves. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, I think our knowledge in computer and in information technology is good enough for us
Mm-hmm.
uh, to start doing those kind of stuff, to start creating applications, especially with the use of AI these days,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which is Ali's expertise, I guess.
Right, right. Yeah, absolutely. Like with these new AI technologies, like AI tools every day, like a few days ago, like not a few days ago, it's been a while. DeepSeek has came out and like their open source model R1, like it's super cool. And like the reasoning it has, and like you can use it to develop applications. I was also using Cursor for developing applications, and it's super cool. So with that, like I also give some background. um I was doing my PhD in computer science but dropped out. uh
Nice.
yes, but I did my master's in software engineering, and I am right now tech lead in generative AI, which is like the cool stuff. uh, but and with a background with different areas in software engineering. like ranging from game development to web development to, but mostly and recently, not recently, like the huge amount of the career is in AI and machine learning and data science. So that's my background. And
Speaking of dropping out, did you know like most of the founders dropped out of the college or university?
yeah, but like it's like correlation, not causation.
Yeah, you should work for yourself.
Right. Okay. So if that's the case, also we were talking about like what do we learn and how we learn it. And like it can range from very generic stuff like personal finance to getting into what's investing and what's trading, and like there are lots of keywords and like I don't know, should we call them buzzwords, like ETFs, like mutual funds, like crypto. Like crypto is huge, and I know, Navid, you also have a huge background in blockchain and crypto and
Right.
these things.
Right. Back in 2020.
Yeah. Yep. And like right now, like Bitcoin is like is always on in the news.
Skyrocketing, you know. Yeah, it passed $100,000.
Right.
And it's interesting. Yep.
Right. And then there are also other things like how you actually invest, like how you read the graphs and like the price charts, and like what are the different like tools for them, and like what are different techniques. And then like the traders actually have some techniques that like are based on mathematics and proven mathematics that like sometimes they use, looking at those charts and knowing when to trade and when not to trade, and like what there definitely there's so much complications, but those techniques like ICT or some things like that, that like I just know some names, like starting from I have a notebook here, starting from fundamental to technical and like these things. And it can get to a point that we actually develop our own trading, like it's called algo trading. And like again, algo trading can be very naive, using very like simplistic algorithms to use machine learning and like even deep learning. And even like recently I was seeing how they're using generative AI even in this field.
Amazing, like amazing topic. Like certainly I don't have much information about technical terms and about like technical analysis, but we decided to learn all this stuff together and actually record all of those stuff. As you can see, we are trying to navigate through all those learnings and then put those on YouTube. So
Yes.
why not we record our learnings and try to put it somewhere for other people who
Right.
wants to learn all this stuff without any background knowledge
Right.
in trading, right?
Right.
So I'm ready. Let's
Right.
get started.
And also there are like tons of other things out there, probably very to the point videos and like courses and like books and lots of things. But this is a journey, and like we are sharing our journey. So if you are also on the same track, feel free to join us every week, I hope.
Yeah, hopefully every Saturday we are trying to record as much as we can, and
yes.
We have no plan yet. There is no schedule for uploading videos yet, but we are trying to do it on a weekly basis.
Yeah, hopefully
So
we'll get to the plan.
yeah, hopefully you guys can join us. Be in touch with us. For sure, we're gonna share some contact information, or you can use all the comment section to
Exactly.
reach out to us. Yep.
Exactly. So with that, today actually we were discussing prior to recording this video, what should we do? Like, where should we get started? And we were thinking, why not like organize our thought in ChatGPT, using
Yeah.
ChatGPT or
Yeah.
something
Why
like that.
not? I
Yeah.
think that's a great idea to use ChatGPT and at least let ChatGPT to organize our thoughts and in a way that we can follow up from at least from fundamental concepts to the more maybe technical terms and more technical analysis. So,
Absolutely.
yep.
Okay, so cool. Let's with that get started. Let me share my screen. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So where do we start? We can go either to Claude or DeepSeek.
Yeah, doesn't matter. All of them work.
Okay, and let's see. So we want to learn finance and trading with the final goal that we can invest ourselves and also develop our own algo trading bots. Help me out, Navid.
Yeah, and also we can like give give Claude that we have the background in computer engineering and actually we know nothing about trading and such. Like all of those would work. Yep, it's in computer science and MI. Yeah, sounds good.
So our background isn't in finance, but we have background in computer science and ML.
And do you also want to specify that we want to work in Canadian market, in Toronto exchange maybe, or
so I think
even if you want to work in New York,
right.
That's like at least we should give the context to Claude.
Okay. I'm gonna say we live in Canada. Okay, but I believe that even later we might be looking at cases that it is worth that we do investing in some other market, like the US market or even crypto market.
Yep.
So
awesome.
I think leaving Canada is good, but
yeah, that's good. I think just as a starting point, Canadian market would be fine for us to start with, and in future we can expand that to crypto or to New York exchange, and or we can go side by side. Like we can. It depends on how much money we want to actually invest.
Mm-hmm.
I think for a starter is not that much money that we want to split into several stock markets. But I prefer, as a starting point, to focus on Canadian market.
Okay.
And also maybe crypto would be a good choice.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So Okay. I agree with you, but let's keep that in our mind. I don't think that that context will help a lot for now, because like we first want to understand. Like for now, I'm telling it, we are thinking to start from Canada's stock market, but in future we can expand to New York or crypto.
Yeah, and keep in mind we are working on fundamentals for now. So I think it doesn't really matter which market you want to use, because fundamental is fundamental.
Yeah, exactly.
So it would work for all of them.
Okay, let's see what it has to tell us.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Too much information.
So it is it's telling us to start the financial markets foundation, stock market basics, market participants, exchanges, what are order types and trading mechanics, reading financial statements, key market indicators, basic technical analysis patterns.
Okay.
And then it gets to quantitative analysis with statistics for trading, time series analysis, risk metrics, Python libraries, backtesting concepts, and then like it goes into trading strategies development. Things like momentum strategies, mean reversion, portfolio optimization, position sizing, a lot of buzzwords. I don't know what these are talking about.
Yeah.
And
me neither.
Then it says into infrastructure and implementation. So probably this is going to be cool. We're doing some hands-on things here. And regulatory and practical. So Canadian securities regulation, tax implications, paper trading. I don't know what this is. And it's giving us some courses or resources, or I don't know what these are. Python for finance. What's this? Let's me. Oh, it's a book. Okay.
It should be like if you want to develop a finance application for trading.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This goes around Python. So it's a learning opportunity for Python. And I think we can, like, there is no need to go in depth in learning Python.
Right.
But
like this part, maybe algorithmic trading.
Yeah, maybe some algorithm and stuff like that, and analysis. But look at this book; it's like 600 something pages. So
yeah,
for sure we're not going into that much depth of this book. But I think we do have some background in Python. Like
yes.
At least we know how to work with Python, how to write the application. Correct. So I think it would be quick for us to catch up.
Yes, I agree. So one thing that's there are two things that I think this is missing. But before that, while we're doing this, I'm gonna try the DeepSeek model, because it has a deep think, and like maybe it gives us a better thing while we're looking back at plot.
It's worth it is for sure it is worth comparing the outcome of these two.
Yes. Like we're not comparing them, but like that was not the point. But yeah, we can think.
I mean, maybe DeepSeek gives us like a better starting point compared to plot, but I've never used DeepSeek, so.
So the thing with DeepSeek is like it has some thought process here, and like you can see its thought process, And then like DeepSeek right now for us, it has given us a multi-phase thing, right? And it starts with phase 1, foundational finance and markets.
Okay.
I actually like this more because like it's saying
me too. Me too.
Yeah. Okay, cool. The objective is understand core financial concepts exactly, and then Canadian markets and trading mechanics. Cool.
Okay, basic of financial markets.
Okay, cool.
Key terms: stocks, ETFs, bonds, and stuff like that. Like, actually, I love this.
Yes, like I hear a lot like you should get bro, like you should invest in ETFs. You should like make sure it does dividends and drips and like derivatives and like I said like I don't understand what you're saying, but probably this is a good place to start.
Yeah, for sure. Let's continue with DeepSeek.
Okay, so phase 1, it's foundational finance and markets. We want to understand financial concepts, which is financial markets, key terms like stocks and ETFs and everything else, market mechanics and Canadian market overview.
Order types. Actually, in market mechanics, order types, very useful. Like, if you wanna right now, if you wanna start investing somewhere, you should know these terms. So
okay.
What resources do we have?
I think we'll get to the resources later. First, we need to like see what. Definitely, there are so many resources, and we can even talk to like DeepSeek or Claude or whatever, and ask them to help us understand these, because like these are basics; they don't change. Like I feel like the definition of like these are definitions; these don't change, right? But when we get later into complicated things which are pretty new, probably those are places that will need more up-to-date resources, I guess. Okay, so we were looking at phase 1, foundational finance and markets. It had 1 basics of financial markets, then investment and strategies, like what fundamental versus technical, and passive investing versus active trading. And it has a project. Wow. This is actually hands-on. Like I was going to say about Claude that one thing it was missing was hands-on work, and it has hands-on. So this is good. And then Canadian brokerage platforms, like platforms that we'll need to actually use to trade, right? Compare.
Questrade.
Yeah, Wealthsimple. I've heard of this.
Wealthsimple. We are actually using Wealthsimple, and it's amazing if you can learn how to at least work with Questrade as well, because I think there are some benefits with using Questrade. In terms of U.S. markets, like there are some ways that you can cut your Canadian to US dollars conversion fees and stuff like that, which Wealthsimple doesn't support yet. So that's amazing. We can continue with these platforms, like both of them, and there is no let's say obligation to use only Wealthsimple or only use let's say Questrade. So we can use both of them.
And like I've heard about like other platforms as well, like Moomoo and things like that.
But there are tons of platforms out there.
But like this is a good thing. Then we get into phase 2, which is quantitative finance and risk management. And the goal is build math statistics foundation for algorithmic strategies. So this is the actual algorithmic part, which first deals with the statistics and time series analysis, and then quantitative trading strategies, And then risk management, like portfolio sizing, Sharp. I don't know how to rate this, Sharp ratio and maximum drawdown. It has a project here, code a simple moving average crossover strategy for TSX stocks.
Nice. I'm interested.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, these projects are awesome.
Okay, cool. So then phase 3 is algorithmic trading development. Spill, test, deploy algorithmic bots, market microstructure, backtesting frameworks, and execution and APIs.
And phase 4, machine learning integration.
Exactly. It gets into phase 4 with machine learning integration. What are the feature engineering, ML models, and avoiding overfitting. Then it gets to practical deployment and compliance, like paper trading. What is it? Test strategies in real time with fake capital, interactive broker paper account. Okay. And regulatory compliance, like Canadian tax laws, and I don't know what is this, IIROC guidelines. And then deploying.
Like each market has its own regulations, and there are you must be compliant to those regulations.
Okay.
And like just in order to not break any rules, or at least pay your taxes on those gains that you are actually gaining in terms of profits.
Okay. And this would be just for Canadian.
Yeah, it's a regulatory, like for sure, some part of government that they, let's say, you need to be compliant with them. You need to follow some rules. You don't have to, like, just keep in mind, don't break the law, because you're gonna get fined, or you need to pay, like, let's say, like for TFSA, if you over contribute, you will pay a lot of taxes if you over contribute. So those are all those rules and regulations.
Okay. And like these accounts are like also complicated. Like we should review them as well, like TFSA and RSP.
For sure, we're gonna prepare a comprehensive list, and then we can go over those account types, and like we can summarize them for people who are beginners, and who are even international students here who wants to learn those kind of stuff. For sure, we can do that in near future.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. So then it gets into phase 6, advanced topics and expansion, like high frequency trading. Okay, and crypto and US markets. Finally, would come here, and alternative data like satellite imagery, credit card transactions. Okay, cool.
Nice.
Then it also has like a timeline for us.
So between 1 to 3 months for learning fundamentals and build basic strategies. Yeah, it's acceptable, I guess.
Okay, so let me do something. This was good. Let me put this here, and we are going to share this with like this thing that we are creating here also with everyone. I'll put the link in the description under the video. But for now, I feel there are a few things missing. One that I would like to have is, I feel there are, first of all, I feel this is great, but there are few things.
Love the positivity.
Yeah, few things I would like to add. One is like I don't know anything about finance. So probably we should have a section related to financial things. I'm even saying financial things in general, like bank accounts, registered. I've heard these things versus non-registered. TFSA, RSP, etc. And also basics of um, basics of finance, and also what else?
So, let me read your sentence. I didn't follow. I feel this is great.
While you're reading it, so I would also you read this. I would continue. I would also like to have it more hands-on project with goals and milestones and actual milestones. And
so, like for your first bullet point, I think like you need to get the understanding of what kind of tax sheltered accounts are being used in Canada, like TFSA, RRSP, EESP, and like stuff that all of this stuff like that. And also, you want to learn more about like maybe investing terms, as we had it like in the first bullet point, basic of financial markets. Like we need to get more details on what do we mean by stock, what are ETFs, what are bonds, what are like, even some people, they don't know what is TSX, what is New York Stock Exchange. Like those terms, all of those terms can be described and can be talked about.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so anything else, Naveed, that you think we should have here?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, let's see how it handles this. Oh. This is so cool. It's thinking. It says, all right, the user provided a detailed initial syllabus focused on learning finance, tailored for someone with computer, blah, blah. The user then came back
Is
with
it like
feedback.
brainstorming?
Yeah.
Trying. Yeah.
It thinks for 11 seconds. It says the user then came with feedback to add two things. Then it says, first, I need to address the user lack of finance knowledge. They mentioned not having anything, blah, 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 blah. The user is in Canada, so focusing on Canadian financial instruments and regulations is important. Then next, the user wants hands-on projects. I should also integrate financial terms and a lot of things. So it gets us to here. So it says, now it's month by month. No, it's not. It is a bit different from previous time. So now it says month 1, personal finance and Canadian investing basics. So understand personal finance, tax advantages, core investing terminology. So the main goal here is to learn Canadian banking and tax sheltered accounts. Then like it also has projects like compare TFSA versus RSP using a contribution calculator and open a practice account. And then it says investing terms and tools. Stocks, ETFs, dividends, market capitalization, candlestick charts, volume, blah, blah, basic financial metrics, And then we have a project here.
Awesome.
Then it gets into trading fundamentals and technical analysis. With week 1 to 2, technical analysis deep dive, like candlestick patterns, indicators, and it also has 2 projects: code a Python script to calculate RSI for a TSX stock, and then backtesting it, which I don't know what it means for them. Then it's brokerage platform and order execution. We had comparing brokers and order types. Then it says quantitative basics and Python for finance, financial statistics with Python, backtesting a simple strategy. Then it says algorithmic trading and APIs, and machine learning for trading, deployment and scaling, and final deliverables. So by the end of 6 months, we'll have these: a paper trading algorithm, AlgoBot with backtested strategies. We will have a bot we have tested it, and it can do trading for us. We will have a ML model for price prediction. We will have a deployed cloud-based bot, and we will have a comparative analysis of TFSA RSP for our goals.
Okay, sounds good. So which part we want to start? So
from the start.
It's like logical from the top, yeah, from the first one.
So anything else you wanted to add to this?
Sounds good to me up until now.
Okay.
I think it's better to dive in and learn in details all those topics that DeepSeek listed for us. So what do you think is the best strategy to follow all of these?
So one issue that we have is that we right now have this previous one and also this one. So I feel this one was good and also this one was good.
I think the second one is better than the first one.
The second one is better?
Yeah, the DeepSeek output is much better than the first one.
No, the first one even was DeepSeek. This one was also DeepSeek.
This one was also DeepSeek? Okay. So where is the cloud? Like you...
No, I didn't bring the cloud. Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I missed that part then.
So I think one part... I don't know. So we have to kind of merge these two. Right?
Why you have to merge these two? Because I think both of them are kind of similar, but the second output is a bit well organized. Like, let's say the second part, week 3 to 4, investing terms and tools, we do have stocks, ETFs, dividends, and stuff like that, all those terms, which is also in the first output. Like if you go to the first output, you have all those definitions as well. So they are quite similar. Okay. And yeah, just there are some resources that I can see in the first output, which should be useful for us, like Investopedia, TMX Money, and all those resources.
Okay, I'm gonna keep this. But the main one that we are going to follow is this one, this new one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's recap what we've done up until now. We tried to gather our minds using first Claude, didn't work. We went to DeepSeek, and we we were not sure where to start. We had a vague idea and goal of what we want to do. We wanted to. We don't know anything about finance, and from not knowing anything from finance, we want to get to a point that we develop some very sophisticated algo trading bots and machine learning models that we can use for investing and trading. Using DeepSeek, and we also want it to be hands-on and practical and relevant to us that we are in Canada, but probably also later expand to other places and crypto as well. And we looked at these, we tried to gather a syllabus, and right now we have a 6-month syllabus that we are going to follow for understanding anything from the basics up until having a fully functioning investing, what should I say?
Yeah, it's gonna be a kind of bot maybe, or at least we are getting familiar with all those investment definitions and foundations, so that even if you don't want to create a bot, you have an understanding of all those terms, and you can start investing yourself. You can at least what our like registered accounts are, what let's say some very fundamental terms in investing are, and you can just start doing it yourself. Right. So this is not just for people who wants to create bots, but for people who wants to start investing and get themselves familiar with those terms.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. So I think we are already 40 minutes long, and I think we've had good progress. We all, from not knowing anything and not having any idea of what we want to do, we right now have an idea of what we want to do.
Yeah.
But I think we pause here and continue getting into it next week. What do you think?
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Ali.
Thank you. So what do you think about our today's session?
I think it was amazing. First of all, we have, as you said, from not having any idea what we want to do to having idea, at least to have a list of learnings that we want to go through step by step, one by one. And after 6 months, if you come back and see these videos, like the first video that we recorded, we are gonna understand that how much we learned. Like even those terms that we heard and we had no idea of, we're gonna have a clear understanding of all of those.
Exactly.
So I think it's great. I hope we can continue these on a weekly basis, and we can do some investment.
Right. Exactly. So that's great. Thank you everyone for also joining us and viewing us and watching us. Make sure to like the video and subscribe. And like it's my first video here, so like hit the alert button, bell button. What is that?
Button?
Yeah, subscribe button is something, and then there is a bell button that you hit.
Yeah, ring the bell. Yeah, ring the bell. So there is a bell that sends you notifications whenever we upload a video or whenever a new video comes out. So if you ring a bell, you can get a notification. If you subscribe us, you will follow our future videos. And yeah, basically that's it.
Cool. So I'm gonna also put the syllabus we created on Google Docs and put the link in the description of this video. So feel free to look at it, and please provide us any feedback or comments you have, or any guidance or any comments that you have for us. So your support is like very, very appreciated, and like it will fuel our energy to continue this, like, and do it actually weekly, and let's learn together.
So stay tuned for the next video.
Exactly. Okay, thank you, and have a good day or night.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.